Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper, and on this channel here we are talking about skincare, and as you see me here, it's just as if you saw me on the high street, because I don't hide behind a filter. So on this channel here we don't use a filter. I look just as I am actually looking in real life. So today we are going to talk a little bit about some micellar waters, because I tried one a little while ago. I bought it in France when I was there, and it was from the company called SVR, and it looks like this, and it's called PALPEBRAL, something like that. I don't know how to say it in French, but it is a micellar gel, and it is supposed to be very gentle on the eye area. So I thought maybe it would be just as good as any of the other micellar waters that I am using. And what I normally do is that I make them into a gel when I use them, and I'm using something called sodium alginate. So that is alginic acid basically, but the salt of it. So that is something you can use if you are cooking and stuff like that. So I have just bought this one here from some sort of a cooking site called a special ingredients, says it up here, and I have nothing to do with them, but I use this one from them. And the thing is that I would like to have something that is a little bit gel-like on my face. And yes, you can have some sort of gel washes and so on, but it kind of like they don't really work as a micellar water that has just been gelled. So like if you, for example, have tried something from Simple, they have a gel face wash, and that is it's not kind of like the same as if you take the micellar water and make that into a gel. So I tried this one here, the SVR, and yes, it works fine on the eyes, and this is not a huge problem. It works well in taking mascara off and all that sort of thing, and usually micellar waters, they often work very well on taking mascara off the eyes. So I've tried this one here from NIVEA, and I've made a review on that one before. Then the other day I found this one here that is also from NIVEA 5-in-1, and that is supposed to be gentle on the face and the eyes and the lips, they say. But this one here, that is gentle as well, and it's fragrance free, and all the ones I have here, they are fragrance free. So I have the one from CeraVe, and it looks like this, and also fragrance free. And then I have this one here from Revolution, and that is fragrance free as well, and it's supposed to be gentle, it says down here, with aloe vera. So what I did was I tried this one here, and when I used it on my eyelids, it's kind of like very quickly started to sort of dry up. But they say you should put it on a cotton pad as normal, and that is what you normally would do. Like use maybe something like a Garnier, these skincare ones. So these I think it's microfiber or something sort of a plastic stuff, and it looks like this. And then that is what they normally say you should do. But as I said before, I use a gel version that I make myself, and I'll show you later how I do that. It's pretty simple, really. So I tried this one here, and we can just have a little look. It is sort of like, you can see it's a gel sort of a texture. But what they have used to gel this stuff here is something called acrylates, and that is sort of like it gives a sort of a film on the face. So if you just leave it on, it can like dry up and be something you can basically peel off or something like that. You would not leave this stuff on your face basically. You would sort of like take the majority of it away, but something will be left on your skin, and that's because they say you should use something like this. So these either this or a traditional cotton pad, and that means that some of the stuff will be left on your skin, and that is one of the things with micellar waters that is not that great, though that it is gentle on the skin and it's supposed to be left on the skin. Then it's better to take it away basically. I normally do that just with plain water, and I use one of these microfiber cloths here from Spontex, and I've spoken about those a lot of times, and I find them really good, and they don't cost a lot. So this one here, I felt that it very quickly started to dry up on my eyes, because I didn't use it on a cotton pad. I just put it on my hands and then rubbed it around my eyelids, and I don't think that it lasts as long as if you're using something like the sodium alginate. And the sodium alginate, that is basically something that is holding on to water for a long time, and it is supposed to help aquatic plants in order to that they are sort of like this sort of a slippery stuff when you are touching something that is growing in the ocean, so like a kelp, for example. So I have this one here, CeraVe, and it looks like I haven't opened it because it still have this sort of a plastic thing around it. But lo and behold, you can actually just unscrew it. So what it means is that if you go to the shop and you're thinking, oh, it has this on, so no one have been into it. Well, actually, they could just have unscrewed it and gone into it. You hear a lot of stuff, really, don't you? So anyway, I just took this one here, and then I did as I normally do, and I like this one here, so that's the one I normally use, but I was out of that one, so I used what I had because I'd already made a review on this one here, and I find it to be kind of like it's pretty okay, and I made it into a gel, so you can actually see it is a little bit sort of thick in the consistency, where I have this one here, which is a new one I haven't done anything to, and you can maybe see that it's much more liquidy. So the thing is that I just put this stuff into my hands and then just all over my face, and actually I really like it because they have this one here from CeraVe, that is the Micellar Water that I have gelled, but they also have this sort of wash for your face, so sort of like with ceramides, and there are ceramides in this one here as well, and that is the one I have normally spoken about, so this white creamy one, then you can just put on your face. But the thing is that I don't wear mascara on a daily basis. I never wear mascara unless I'm gonna try something, but the thing is that that is sort of the creamy version doesn't really take away mascara, so you need something like this. So after I have gelled this one, I really like using this one as a gel. So that is basically what I always do. And then I just, put it into your hand and just all over your face. And then I take one of these micellar cloths and just wet it, and then I just simply take it away. So sometimes when people are asking what they should do with how to clean their face and so on, then I'm saying that I use these microfiber cloth, and people say, oh yeah, you can it's just like a normal cloth, but basically they are a little bit tricky to use because particularly when they are very new, because when you put it on your face and they are wet, then they are kind of like, it's difficult to go upwards because it kind of like grabs hold of your skin, so it's easier just to go upwards and downwards like that. Basically it becomes easier when they are very well used, like something I have here, a wet one here, and I just wash them again and again and again, and they work perfectly well. But just to say that when you're just using a new one, it can be very it cleans your face rather a lot. You just keep that in mind. So how do I do when I'm gelling this stuff here? Well, I have this small spoon here. There's 1 milliliter in it, but it's kind of like, it's just sort of like a small measurement. And for this one here, I actually took 4 of these ones here, and I felt that this one needed a little bit more than when I'm using something like this, but also because in here you have 295 milliliter, and in this one here you have 400 milliliter. Obviously you need a little bit more in this one here than in this one here. So the thing is, of course, that you can just add a little bit and find out how gel-like you want it to be. You don't want it to be overwhelmingly gel-like, but it kind of like when you have 400 milliliters, like in this one here, it's about 4 of these spoons here. So how do you go about doing it? Well, the thing is that some time ago I used the Micellar Water from Simples, and it has this sort of annoying little thing in it, so when you can kind of like squeeze it out, just as you kind of like would do from this one here. But the thing with this one here is that you can unscrew it, so it's pretty easy. So you just have this larger hole, and for all these ones here it will be pretty easy to do it. You have this one from Revolution as well, so it's kind of like an open hole. So what I do is that, and we can just take this one here, or maybe take this one here. This is a new one I just bought, as I said. So if you just open that one, so we have this small hole again, and then you just simply take the powder here, and then just take a scoop like this, and you just take like 4 of those, and then if you have a nozzle, then it will be easier to put it in, because now it kind of like sort of like goes everywhere. But basically what I do is that I take 4 of those and put in, it's kind of like that. And the thing is, what happens is that you can just shake it afterwards, but you will see it kind of like go lumpy a lot, and you think, okay, it's never gonna work, but actually it will work, because what you do is that I just put 2 in here, and you can just find for yourself how gel-like you want it to be. But I put 4 in, as I said, and I just leave it on the shelf for a couple of days, and that what goes on is that this sort of stuff will just be more and more see-through, like some sort of a jelly lump. And after a couple of days, you can just shake it up, and then it will just be completely dissolved in the stuff here, and you have this sort of gel-like consistency as I have in this one here. You can see. So you just take some of the stuff out. It will be kind of like more like a dribble or something like that. So it's kind of like a lot easier to use and will not run as much as if it was pure water. So now I can kind of like, it just feels completely like a gel, and you can just go on and on and on, and you just like do it for your eyes. And if you kind of like, you can of course just take more and more and use. But what you can do is that if it kind of like starts to dry up a little bit, just dab your fingers a little bit into the water, and then just you can carry on and revive it like that. But I would say if you, what I do is that I just, as I said before, just pour a lot of the stuff in. So kind of like a sort of a handful, and then just all over my face, and then take a wet microfiber cloth, and then take the whole stuff off. And I feel that for me, I don't wear makeup, so for me that is just like, it works really well. I wear sunscreen, and using something like this, it works pretty well, I would say. Now, another thing I just wanted to say is that now we have this living cost crisis. So if you like to sort of exfoliate your skin in a sort of a very cheap sort of way, and want to clean it at the same time, what I do is that I take this gel sort of thing, or I could take this one here, and then I take a little bit of a Cream of Tartar. So just, if we open it, I would kind of like maybe take sort of like a spoon like this. So kind of like half a teaspoon, or maybe a little bit more. And then I would just take the amount that I did before, sort of like maybe something like this. And then simply just add the stuff in. And then you just smear it around. And then you end up with having some sort of something that will kind of like work on your face. And yes, you should do it very gently, but what happens is that actually this stuff here will over time, it will be dissolved in the water. So in that sense, it will not leave any sort of residues on your skin. So normally I just do that before I take a bath or something like that, or maybe just do it and then take it away with a microfiber cloth like this. But then I would say it's easier if you are in the shower anyway, because it's much easier to take it away. But as such, this stuff here, the Cream of Tartar, that will actually just work like an alpha hydroxy acid on your skin, but a sort of a gentler version than tartaric acid, where this actually originally comes from. So Cream of Tartar, that is a sort of a semi-neutralized acid. So yeah, I would say that if you are doing something like that, then be a little bit gentle on your skin, and particularly on the cheekbones. So go gently, and then you can feel your way through and see how much can your skin take, but always go gentle in the first place. But I would say I just did that before I was filming today, and I mean it is really a simple trick, and it will not upset your skin to use something like a Cream of Tartar on your skin, because it is basically just a very mild alpha hydroxy acid. And you can also, I've shown that before, you can powder your face with this stuff here and leave it overnight, and the next day your skin will be kind of like a very a little bit exfoliated, very sort of soft. So I would say that is a very cheap way of exfoliating your skin. But go gently on it, and feel your way, and I'm pretty sure it will work well for you. But of course, just stay away from your eyes. You don't want to get into your eyes, and it does happen once in a while when I do this stuff, and it just like yeah, okay, you can feel that, and just take some water and take it away. So yes, that was a sort of a little sort of an extra thing. So will I be buying something like this again? No, I will not. But it is supposed to be very gentle, and in that sense it could be good, but I just don't think it works as well as when I'm gelling this stuff here. But couldn't I just add a little bit of this stuff here to it? Of course I could do that. And again, it's pretty, maybe, I haven't opened this one here, but it seems to be not so easy to open up. So yeah, it might be a little bit of an issue to get the powder in this one here. But of course you could just put over some sort of another container that might work well for doing this sort of stuff. Maybe one of these ones when they are cleaned up and well used. So yes, that was just my little thing here, that if you like to have something that is really nice on your skin, like using a micellar water, but without using any sort of these thing here or cotton pads, then I would say this sort of a gel format, it works really well. I love doing that, and I like to use this one. So out of all these ones here, we have this one here from NIVEA, and we have this is the same, and then we have this one here, the 5-in-1, and we have a Revolution. And I would say the Revolution thing, they say have aloe vera in it. It says down here, and I found that when I used this on one side and I used this one here on the other side, that this one here sort of like foamed up a little bit when I was moving it around my face, and I just did as they say you should do. Like I used one of these ones here, and I felt that this one here, it took an awful long time for it to kind of like dry up on my skin afterwards, where this one here was a lot quicker. You can see that now this stuff here starts to change. It is not so see-through as it was before, and maybe you can see this sort of lump in here, and this stuff here will just, like I would say, maybe tomorrow I can just shake it up and it will be completely into a gel, or maybe the day after tomorrow. So it is pretty simple to do these sort of things here. So yes, I would say something maybe like this, or maybe like this one here, and I like this one here because it has these ceramides in it. And I will say that when you're using any of these ones here, definitely this one here, if you just leave it on your skin, just use it as you normally would, like use this one here, and then with this one here, I think it does leave these sort of ceramides on the skin, and it kind of like, if you're sort of person that don't really want to put a cream on afterwards, then definitely you should go for something like this compared to maybe something like this. But obviously it is best to put some cream on afterwards. But I would say this one here with the ceramides, that is definitely my favorite one. So yes, I turn it into a gel, and it works a treat, and just take the whole thing off with a microfiber cloth like this one here. So yes, that was my little thing for you, that if you like to have some sort of a micellar water that is a true gel, and that is not drying your skin, because something like sodium alginate, that is basically something that will keep moisture on your skin. So it is not something that's gonna dry your skin. So I would say that is a really good trick, and it works really well when you're taking mascara off, because you can just carry on for much longer, and you don't have to sort of like being rough on your skin, with kind of like having a cotton pad over and over and over your eyelids. So something like this is really very gentle on the skin. So yes, if you'd like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all the things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.